सर्वेभ्यो नमस्काराः। अद्य सिद्धान्तकौमुद्याः स्त्रीप्रत्ययप्रकरणे 11 पाठः। नवेम्बर् मासस्य 26 दिनाङ्कः। येनाक्षरस्मां न्यायम् अधिगम्य महेश्वरात् कृत्स्नं व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। वाक्यकारं वररुचिं भाष्यकारं पतञ्जलिं पाणिनिं सूत्रकारं च प्रणतोऽस्मि मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः वैभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं विरच्यते। Any voluntaries for Ashtadhyayi? We'll read through the first 20 sutras and then I will teach the next 20. Anybody? Bhanu Prakash ji, would you do it? I will unmute you. I mean, you can hear me after I unmute you. If you're willing to do it, I will.
Give it a shot.
Yeah. We can hear you now, I think. So, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure. Okay, I don't know why my Ashtadhyayi file is not opening. Just a second. No. Do you have the Ashtadhyayi book on hand? Or do you have a file? Ashtadhyayi open?
I think I have one, but I'm looking for it myself.
Okay, for now. I just wanted it for now. That's okay. I'll tell the sutras and you can repeat it. Okay. Nya pratipadikaat.
Nya pratipadikaat.
Svaujas samauchas.
Svaujas samaujas.
Tabhyambhis. Nebhyambhis. Nasibhyambhis. Nasosam. Nyosup. Striyam.
Sorry?
Striyam. Ajadyatastap. Runnebhyo nip. Ugitascha. Vanoracha. Padonyatarasyam. Tabruchi. Na षट्स्वस्रादिभ्यः मनः अनो बहुव्रीहेः डाब् उभाभ्याम् अन्यतरस्याम् अनुपसर्जनात् टिड्ढाणै द्वयसच दघ्नै मात्रच दघ्नै मात्रच तयप्ठक्
tayaptak, tayaptak,
कैक्वरपः
kai korapaha,
यञश्च
yescha, yescha,
प्राचांष्फतद्धितः
prachamshpa tadditaha,
सर्वत्र लोहितादिकतन्तेभ्यः
सर्वत्र लोहितादि कतन्तेभ्यः
कौरव्यमाण्डूकाभ्यां च
कौरव्यमाण्डुकाभ्यां च
वयसि प्रथमे
वयसि प्रथमे
द्विगोः
द्विगोः अपरिमाण
विस्ताचित
दिस्ताति च
कम्बल्येभ्यो
कम्बल्येभ्यो
न तद्धितलुके
न तद्धितलुके
काण्डान्तात् क्षेत्रे पुरुषात् प्रमाणे
पुरुषाति प्रमाणे अन्यतरस्याम्
बहुव्रीहेः
उधसोन्नीस्
संख्याव्ययादेः नीप् दाम हायनान्ताच्च
दाम
हायनान्ताच्च
हायनान्ताच्च
अनउपधालोपिनः
अनउपधालोपिनः
अन्यतरस्याम् नित्यं संज्ञाच्छन्दसोः केवलमामक भागधेय पापापर समानार्यकृत
सुमंगल
भेषजाच्च अंतर्वत् केवलमामक जस्ट अ सेकंड भेषजाच्च okay अंतर्वत्पतिवतोर्नुक
I think we are missing Ratrescha. We are missing Ratrescha Ajaso.
रात्रेश्च
अंतर्वत्पतिवतोर्नुक
अंतर्वत्पतिवतोर्नुक पत्युर्नो
यज्ञसंयोगे विभाषा सपूर्वस्य नित्यं सपत्न्यादिषु पूतक्रतोरैच वृषाकप्यग्नि कुसितानाम्
उदात्तः मनोरौवा
वर्णाद् अनुदात्तात् तोपधात् तो नः अन्यतोनीश् षिद्गौरादिभ्यश्च Okay, thank you. So Siddhantakaumudyam Neep Prakarane Smaha. Last week we saw Yanyashcha Yayantat Neep Syat. So Gargadibhyo Nyaha iti sutrena Gargadibhyo Nyaya iti sutrena Yai Pratyaha Vidhiyate. So Tadantat Neep Bhavati Striyam. Gargasya Patyam Stree इत्यर्थे गर्गशब्दाद् ञै प्रत्ययः गार्ग्य इति भवति तस्मात् नीपि कृते गार्गी इति रूपम् ततः प्राचां ष्फ तद्धितः इत्यनेन तस्यैव ययन्तस्य विकल्पेन ष्फ प्रत्ययः विहितः ष्फ प्रत्यये कृते तत्र षकारस्य इत्संज्ञा भवति सः तद्धितप्रत्ययः इत्संज्ञा भवति फकारः अस्ति फकारस्य आयन् इत्यादेशः आदेशे कृते पुनः नीष् प्रत्ययः अपि भवति षित्वविधिसामर्थ्यापि नीष् इत्युक्तत्वात् गार्ग्यायणी इति रूपं सिद्ध्यति विकल्पेन तस्य अभावे नीप् एश्च इत्यनेन नीप् भवति गार्गी इति रूपद्वयं भवति सर्वत्र लोहितादिकतन्तेभ्यः इत्यनेन तु लोहितादिगणः गर्गाद्यन्तर्गणः so within the gargadi class there is a subclass lohitadi katanta starting from lohita till kata so for these words there is a compulsory shpha for the gargadi gana generally the shpha is optional lohitadi gane tu nityameva shpha pratyayah bhavati shpha pratyaya krite punah nish api bhavati louhityayani iti roopam ekameva roopam. Similarly kauravya manduka abhyam for these two words kauravya and manduka there is shpha followed by nish so you will have kauravyayani and mandukayani forms. So coming back to neep, so this was a deviation from neep. So yashcha is neep again vayasi prathame prathama vayo vachina neep bhavati kumara shabdati neeti krite kumari tatraiva vayaschacharam iti vachyam iti vatikam api drishtam. So now continuing with the neep द्विगोः इति अग्रिमं सूत्रम् पादस्य एकविंशं सूत्रम्. There is a single word अजाद्यतष्टाप् इत्यतः अतः इति अनुवर्तते रनेभ्यो नीप् इत्यतः नीप् इत्यपि अनुवर्तते अदन्तात् द्विगोः नीप् स्यात् इति सूत्रार्थः. अदन्तात् ह्रस्वकारान्तात् द्विगोः द्विगुसमासात् नीप् प्रत्ययः भवति इत्यर्थः. त्रिलोकी इति उदाहरणं दत्तम्. So त्रिलोकी इति व्याख्याने पश्यामश्चेत् त्रयाणां लोकानां समाहारः इति विग्रहः. समाहारे द्विगुः प्रथितार्थोत्तरपदसमाहारे च इति सूत्रेण द्विगुसमासः. अकारान्तोत्तरपदो द्विगुः स्त्रियामिष्टः इति स्त्रीत्वम्. So there is a vartika which we will study in द्विगुसमासः. So if the uttarapada happens to be an akaranta, so it will be in strilinga. इत्यस्ति अकारान्तोत्तरपदो द्विगुः स्त्रियामिष्टः इति स्त्रीत्वं त्रिलोकशब्दात् ताब् अपवादः नीप्. So the triloka is the samastapada ह्रस्वकारान्तत्वात् अजाद्यतष्टाप् इत्यनेन ताप् प्राप्नोति तापः अपवादत्वेन द्विगोः इत्यनेन नीप्. त्रिलोक ई इत्यस्ति यस्येति च इत्यनेन अकारस्य लोपे त्रिलोकी इति रूपम् इति भावः. So we have triloki. Triloki is an example for dvigu samasa. There are many such things. You have panchavati, etc. So everywhere you have neep by dvigohu. So it's a general sutra. It just says for any dvigu samasa in strilinga. That is, it will be in strilinga only if it is akaranta uttarapada. Otherwise, samahara is generally in napumsakalinga. So if there is an akaranta uttarapada, there will be in strilinga. So strilinge neep pratyayah bhavati ikarantatvam sambhavati. Ajaditvat triphala trinika. However, there are some dvigu samasas which are akarantas, that is, which have tap and not neep. Katham iti chet ajadigane tasya pathah angikriyate. Ajadihi akriti ganaha iti uktam. So you can add on such words to ajadigana. Ajadigane pathasya nikana triphala iti ekam udaharanam. Trinika. Trayanam phalanam samaharaha. When you have trinika, trayanam anikanam samaharaha, which refers to a sena, and so on. So in all those cases, we assume, we accept patha, not we. The patha has been accepted by the Bhashyakara and other commentators in Ajadigana. So tena sadhayitum shakyate. इति औत्सर्गिकं सूत्रम्. अस्य निषेध सूत्राणि सन्ति. There are 3 sutras which prevent neep for द्विगुसमासः. द्विगुसमासस्य विहितः यः नीप् तस्य निषेधसूत्राणि सन्ति. अपरिमाण विस्ताचित कम्बल्येभ्यो न तद्धितलुकि इति सूत्रं. 3 पदानि सन्ति. अपरिमाण विस्त अचित कम्बल्येभ्यः न तद्धितलुकि. नीप् इत्यनुवर्तते, द्विगोः इत्यपि अनुवर्तते. अपरिमाणान्तात् विस्ताद्यन्तात् च द्विगोः नीप् न स्यात् तद्धितलुकि सति. So you understand that there are several conditions. The first is there should be tadhitaluk. So this obviously will apply only to that Dvigusamasa which is in Tadhitartha. So for this you should know the basics of Dvigusamasa. Dvigusamasa is of 3 kinds. Right? There is Tadhitartha, Uttarapada, Samahara. The sutra itself tells the Dvigusamasa Vidhayaka Sutram asti Tadhitarthottarapada Samahare cha. Tadhitarthe Dvigusamasah bhavati. उत्तरपदे परे द्विगुसमासः भवति. समाहारे द्विगुसमासः भवति. समाहारे उदाहरणं दृष्टं. त्रयाणां लोकानां समाहारः त्रिलोकी इत्यादि. So samahara is a group. When you refer to things as a group, you apply it. Uttarapade pare dviguh. So actually in a bahuvrihi samasa where there are more than 2 words, say pancha gavaha dhanam yasya saha is a bahuvrihi samasa. So he who has 5 cows as his wealth, because his wealth consists of 5 cows. Pancha gavaha dhanam yasya saha. Saha bahuvrihi samasah. Bahuvrihi samasasya antaha pancha gavaha ityasti tatra dvigusamasah kriyate. We say it as a dvigugarbha bahuvrihi. Within the bahuvrihi samasa, the 2 words will get dvigusamasa. Pancha gavaha ityatra dvigusamasah kriyate. Uttarapade pare. There is the dhane. Panchagavaha dhanam. Bahuvrihi samase dhanam iti uttarapadam asti. Tasmin pare panchashabdasya goshabdasya cha dvigusamasah kriyate. Saha uttarapada dviguh. Uttarapade pare dvigusamasah. Aparah asti tadhitarthe. So, to tadhitarthe dvigusamasah udaharanartham षण्मातुरः. षण्णां मातॄणाम् अपत्यं पुमान् इत्यर्थे षट् मातृ इत्यनयोः द्विगुसमासः क्रियते. द्विगुसमासे कृते मातुरुत्सङ्ख्यासम्बद्धपूर्वायाः इत्यनेन अण् प्रत्ययः क्रियते, तद्धितप्रत्ययः, and there is utta आदेश. So this tadhitartha dvigu is one where we do a dvigusamasa and there is a tadhita pratyaya which follows. Okay, tadhitarthe vishaye. So knowing that there is a tadhitartha being there, we do a dvigusamasa. Saha tadhita dvigu. There are cases where, in this case, there is a tadhita pratyaya added and the tadhita pratyaya will be deleted. Okay, so there is a general sutra which says which gives a look for this tadhita pratyaya which is added. So now tadhita luki sati, in such a case when the tadhita pratyaya has been added and deleted, tadhita luki sati dvigoho meep na bhavati. There is no meep, that is meep is prevented. In some cases aparimana antat vistadyantat, where aparimana antat, where the final word of the dvigusamasa does not indicate a parimana. Aparimana antat. Parimanam. Parimana is a measure. Say you have a kilogram, a centimeter, mile, etc. All these are measures. So for similarly, you have many words in Sanskrit which indicate parimana. Okay. So there is pala, there is bhara, there is adhaka, there is ditsta, achita, etc. And many words in Sanskrit which we will later read in the Vyakhyana which indicate parimana. So aparimananta परिमाणवाचकः शब्दः अन्ते न भवेत् तादृशस्य द्विगुसमासस्य नीप् न भवति तद्धितलुकि सति परिमाणान्तस्य अपरिमाणान्तस्य द्विगुसमासस्य नीप् न भवति इति एकः भागः and then विस्ताद्यन्ताच्च विस्त अचित कम्बल्य इति त्रीणि पदानि सन्ति त्रीण्यपि परिमाणवाचकानि all these three indicate measure. Okay, so if these three words are at the end of a dvigusamasa, there is no neep. So when we are saying there is no neep, it means there is stop. So neep nishiddhe ajantitra stop ityanena stop pratyayah bhavati ityarthah. So aparimanantat vistadyantach dvigoh neep na syat tadhitaluki sati. Panchabhihi ashvaihi krita panchashva iti udaharanam. Panchabhihi ashvaihi krita, something which was bought with 5 horses. So in those days the barter system was the most prevalent. You buy something in exchange for something. So this something, that is, you have to see what is that visheshya. Kinchit vastu Panchabhihi ashvaihi kritam. So Panchabhihi ashvaihi krita ityarthe panchashva iti arhiyaha thak. So there is thak pratyaya. Tena kritam iti thak pratyayah asti. So tasya adhyartha purvadvigoho luk asamnyayam iti sutram asti. Tena sutrena luk bhavati. So once you do dvigusamasa Panchabhihi ashvaihi krita ityarthe पंचशब्दस्य अश्वशब्दस्य च द्विगुसमासः क्रियते पंचाश्वशब्दात् ठक् प्रत्ययः तद्धितप्रत्ययः क्रियते तस्य तद्धितप्रत्ययस्य अध्यर्थपूर्वद्विगोः लुगसंज्ञायाम् इत्यनेन लुक् भवति. So now after this there should have been neep by द्विगोः. द्विगोः इत्यनेन नीपि प्राप्ते अनेन सूत्रेण निषिध्यते. किमर्थम्? अपरिमाणान्तं, the final word. Samasasya antimam padam ashva iti padam parimanavachakam na. Ashva is not a word which indicates measure. Okay? So therefore there is no neep. Neep is prevented by the sutra and instead of it there is stop and it becomes panchashva. Arhiyashthak tasya adhyartha iti luk. Dvau vistau pachati dvivista. So aparimana, example for aparimana is panchashva. So next he gives examples for vista, achita, kambalya. Dvau vistau pachati dvivista. So dvau vistau iti vyakhyanam pashyamaschet. Suvarna vistau hemnokshe ityamaraha. So vista and suvarna are measure for gold. Okay. So hemnaha. So gold itself, for measuring gold, there are special measures. There were. Okay. So there only he says, Gunjaha panchadya mashakaha. Gunja is a particular seed. Okay. So it is a seed which is used for measuring gold. It's a very small seed. So gold was measured in terms of, say, in multiples of that. So he says, Gunjah panchadya mashakaha te shodashakshaha iticha. So Gunja Panchakam Masha Parimanam. So the minute or the smallest unit is Gunja. So 5 Gunjas will make a Masha. Masha Shodashakam Aksha Parimanam. So 16 Mashas come together to make one Aksha. Tacha Ashiti Gunjatmakam. So if you take it in terms of Gunja, it will be 16 into 5, which is 80 Gunjas will make one Aksha. Tasmin hema vishaye aksha parimane suvarna vista shabdau ityarthaha. So this aksha, when it applies to gold, it can be called as suvarna or vista. So vista is a measure of gold, weighing gold, which amounts to around 80 gunjas. The 1 gunja is taken as a standard. So now the point is vista is a parimana vachaka. So it will not fall under the previous category. Aparimanantat ityatra na bhavati. Idam parimanavachakam ityatah. Atah पुनः विशेषेण उल्लिख्यते विस्त इति शब्दः यदि अन्ते अस्ति द्विगुसमासस्य अन्ते तर्हि तत्र ङीप् न भवति. द्वौ विस्तौ पचति इति विग्रहे तद्धितार्थ इति द्विगुः संभवत्यवहरति पचति इति ठक्. So there is a तद्धित प्रत्यय called ठक्. तस्य अध्यर्थपूर्वद्विगोः इत्यनेन लुक् भवति. So there is तद्धित लुक्. तद्धित लुकि सति विस्ताद्यन्ताद्विगोः ङीप् न स्यात्. द्विगोः इति ङीपि प्रतिषिद्धे सति टापि द्विविस्ता मूषा. So Dvivista refers to a musha, which is a vessel, okay, a vessel which is used to melt gold, a huge vessel which is Dvivista parimanaka hiranyam dravayati. So that vessel which is capable of melting or used for melting 2 vistas of gold is called Dvivista. So obviously you require different measures of different vessels to melt different amounts or volumes of gold. So Dvivista parimanaka hiranyam dravayati. So pachati ityasya pachiriha dravane drashtavyaha, that which can be used to melt. You cannot cook gold, right? So it is melting of gold. So that vessel which can melt 2 vistas of gold is called Dvivista. So atra Dvivista shabdat द्विगोः इति ङीपि प्राप्ते अनेन सूत्रेण निषिध्यते. अपरिमाण विस्ताचित विस्त शब्दः अस्ति इत्यतः ङीप् न भवति, टाप् एव भवति. अचित द्व्याचिता अस्ति. द्वौ अचितौ वहति. So that which can carry 2 achita achitas is dvyachita shakati. So a cart which can carry a load of 2 achitas. So again achita is a measure. Okay. So look at the Vyakhyana. Achito dasha bharaha ityamaraha. So 10 bharas is called 1 achita. So what is a bhara? Tulastriyam palashatam bharaha syad vimshatih puman. So 100 palas is called bhara. Okay. So again this will all go on. There is where you start from is he will show again where this pala comes. So a definition of pala is given there. So 100 palas is called 1 bhara and 10 bharas, dasha bharaha achitaha. A measure of 10 bharas is called achita. So dvau achitau achitau vahati ityarthe adhakachita-patrat konyatarasyam iti dvigoshthamshcha iti khatanor-abhave pragvatiyah thai. So there is thai pratyaya, adhyartha iti tasya luk, which is then deleted. So kathita luki sati anena sutrena ङीपि निषिद्धे टाप् bhavati. So dvyachita shakati. द्विकम्बल्या इति अग्रिमम् उदाहरणम्. अपरिमाण विस्ताचित कम्बल्येभ्यः. So द्विकम्बल्या कम्बलस्य प्रकृतिभूतं द्रव्यं कम्बल्यम् ऊर्णापलशतम्. So Kambala is a mat or a, what do you call a rug which you use for covering yourself. So Kambalasya prakriti-bhutam dravyam. It is made from wool, right? A woolen mattress. So prakriti-bhutam dravyam kambalyam urna palashatam. Urna, that is the wool which measures palashatam, 100 palas, is called kambalya. So kambalya refers to wool measuring about 100 palas. Now, tadartham vikruteh prakritau vityarthe kambalartha samnyayam vityati. So that is okay. Dvabhyam kambalyabhyam krita iti vigraha. So dvikambalya, dvabhyam kambalyabhyam krita. Something which was bought giving 2 kambalyas. That is wool which measured 2 kambalyas. So dvabhyam kambalyabhyam krita iti vigraha. Tena kritam iti thayah agrita iti luk. Dvigoho iti ङीपि anena pratishidhe tap. Okay. So there is tadhita luk and there is neep which is nishiddha by this sutra. So we have ajaditashta dvikambalya iti rupam. So aparimana vista achita kambalyebhyah. So in the previous thing I think there was a typing error. I've always thought this as achita, this should be achita. Okay. So aparimana vista achita kambalyebhyah na tadhita luki. So tadhita luki sati neep na bhavati ityarthah. Parimanantattu dvyadhaki. So they said aparimanantat. So if it is a measure, if the last word in the Dvigu Samasa is a term which indicates measure, tadatu neep bhavati ityarthah. So parimanantattu dvyadhaki. So he says, what is adhaka? Parimanantattu iti pratike vyakhyane gunjah panchatu mashasyat te suvarnastu shodasha palam suvarnashchatvaraha panchavapi prakirtitam paladvayam tu prasutam dvigunam kudavam matam chaturbhik kudavaih prasthaha prasthashchatvara adhakaha iti smriti. Actually this entire thing on measures is a huge topic, but there have been different kinds of measures which have used. I mean, only from such commentaries you get to know the extent of the different kinds of measures that were used. So again he says, Gunjah panchatu mashah syat. So there 5 gunjas will make 1 masha. Te suvarnastu shodasha. 16 mashas will make 1 suvarna or bista or aksha. They are called by different names. Palam suvarnashchatvaraha. 4 suvarnas will make 1 pala. Panchavapi prakirtitam. 4 or 5. There is a difference in opinion. So they will make 1 pala. Okay. Paladvayam tu prasrutam. So 2 palas is called 1 prasruta. Dvigunam kudamam matam. And double that is called kudava. That is 4 palas. Chaturbhih kudavaih prasthaha. 4 kudavas together will be called 1 prastha. Prasthash chatvara adhakaha. So the adhaka refers to 4 prasthas. So if you want, you can calculate how many palas it is or how many gunjas it is, going back to the main unit. So now adhaka is a parimana vachaka. That is the point. So parimana vachaka shabdaha adhaka iti dvau adhakau pachati iti vigrahe. So a vessel which is capable of cooking 2 adhakas of something, say probably rice. So adhaka is a pretty big measure from what we have seen. So vessel which can cook 2 adhakas. Dvau adhakau pachati iti vigrahe. Adhakatita patrat khonyatarasyam yugoshtamscha iti khatanoravave pragvatiyashthai. So there is thai, adhyartha iti luk, vigoho iti neep. So since this does not fall into aparimananta, since this is the parimananta and it is not mentioned in vista achita kambalya, so atra neepaha nishedhaha nasti, dvigoho ityanena neep bhavati vyadhaki iti rupam. Tadhita luki kim. So this neep nishedha applies only when there is tadhita luk. That is, there is tadhitarthe dvigu samasaha tasya tadhita pratyasya luk bhavati chedeva ayam nishedhaha pravartate. Samahare panchashvi. Samahare dvigu samasaha asti chet neep bhavatyeva. Panchanam ashvanam samaharaha. A group of 5 horses. Ityarthetu bhavati panchashvi iti rupam. Vigohu ityanena neep pratyayah. अग्रिमं सूत्रमस्ति काण्डान्तात् क्षेत्रे. इदमपि निषेधसूत्रं. द्विगोः नीप् निषेधात्मकं सूत्रं. पदद्वयमस्ति काण्डान्तात् क्षेत्रे. नीप् इति अनुवर्तते, द्विगोः इति अनुवर्तते, न तद्धितलुकि. तद्धितलुकि सति द्विगोः नीप् न भवति इत्यर्थः. कस्मात् Kandantat, and kanda, and the word kanda is at the end of a dvigu-samasa. Kshetre yaha kandanto dviguh tato nani tadhitaluki. So tadhitaluk bhavet dvigu-samasah, tata tadhitarthe dvigu-samasah, tadhitasya luk kritah. Kandantah samasasya ante kanda shabdah asti. Kanda shabdasya kah arthah iti pashyamah. Kincha kshetravachakah. Saha tatra visheshyam bhavati kshetram. So the kanda is again a unit of measurement. So when this measurement applies to land, kshetre, that is, when it applies to land, so there are many conditions, very specific sutra. So tadhitarthe dvigu-samasah kritah, tatra tathita pratyayasya luk kritah asti, samasasyante kanda shabdah asti, sacha dvigu-samasah, samasta padam, kshetra vishayakam. So it refers to a measure of kshetra, land. Tada tu nip na bhavati ityarthah. So udaharanam, dve kande pramanam asyaha dvikanda kshetra bhaktihi. Kshetra bhaktihi is a portion of land, a part of land which measures 2 kandas. Dve kande pramanam asyaha. 2 kandas are a measure of it. Ityarthe dvikanda iti rupam. So dvikanda shabdayoho dvigu-samasah kritah, tatah tathita pratyayah tasya luk. So dvikanda ityeva asti. Now this is a dvigu-samasa, there has been tathita luk, there is kanda at the end, and it refers to land. Ataha nipi nishithe dvikanda kshetra bhaktihi. Dvikanda iti rupam tam bhavati. So dve kande iti pratike. Shodasharatnyayamaha dandaha kandam iti smritihi. So kandam refers to a length of shodasha aratni. So aratni is again a measure of length, a popular measure. Aratni refers to the length from the elbow till the tip of the last finger. It is a popular measure. If you should know of, say, flour, buying flours in India, it is always done with that aratni. I don't know what it is called in other languages. In Kannada, it is called as mola. It refers to that length, the length from the little finger, tip of the little finger till the elbow is called aratni. So shodasha aratnyayamaha dandaha. A stick of length measuring 16 aratni is called kanda. So now dve kande pramanam. So a land whose length is 2 kandas, which is 32 aratnis. So a land, since it refers to land, it has to be length and breadth both, which is covered by that area. So shodasha aratnyayamaha dandaha kandam iti smritihi. Dve kande pramanamasyaha iti vigrahe tadhitartha iti dvigu-samase dvikanda shabdasya kshetravartitve. Napumsakatva shanka abhyudasaya kshetra bhaktihi iti vishesha upadanam. Now it refers to a kshetra. It should have been vikandam kshetram. If the vishesha is just kshetra, it would have been vikandam kshetram. So if there is no strilinga, so there is no prasakti of neep or anything. So he says kshetra bhakti as the visheshana. So bhakti is measure to means a measure or a part or a portion of land. Okay, so that is just for strilinga has taken kshetra bhakti. So kshetra bhakti iti visheshopadanam. So then he goes on to say pramane dvayasach iti vihitasya matrachaha pramane laha dvigor nityam iti luk. So he shows there is tadhita luk. Pramane dvayasach daghnai matrachaha iti sutrena matrach pratyayah kriyate. So pramane laha dvigor nityam iti sutrena tasya matrach pratyayasya luk kritaha. So there is tadhita luk. Kshetre kim dvikandi rajjuhu. So this sutra applies only if the dvigu-samasa is referring to land. Okay. So dvikandi ityasti dvekande pramanam. Again a length of 2 kandas, but now this length refers to a rope. Say rajjuhu, a rope of length 2 kandas. Ityarthetu kshetre iti nasti. So it does not apply to kshetra and therefore there is no nishedha. द्विगोः नीप् निषेधः नास्ति, नीप् एव भवति, द्विकाण्डी रज्जुः. So now if somebody says dvikanda, even without visheshya, it is obvious that it is referring to land. Okay, so only if there is land, then there would be tap. So if it is anything else, there would be neep. Right? So dvikanda and dvikandi. You should know what is the difference between these two. So in Stree Pratyaya Prakarana, this is an often repeated question. There are many cases where there will be one form with tap and one form with neep. So what is the difference? When is there tap and when is there neep? Arthe kaha visheshaha iti bahu mukhyam. Okay? Because you can generally say, I mean, there are some cases where you can ask, is it should the form be nada or nadi? Which form is correct? Then the form is nadi is correct because there will be neep. But there are also such questions where both dvikanda is also correct, dvikandi is also correct. But in which sense? What is the difference in meaning? Is also very important in Stree Pratyaya Prakarana. We already saw such things. You have say ashtaka and ashtika. Where is it ashtaka? Where is it ashtika? Kutra vartaka, kutra vartika, ityadi. So bahu, they also form a major part of Stree Pratyaya Prakarana. Knowing the difference in meaning, or the fine shades in meaning, which lead to different forms. Okay. So, क्षेत्रे किं द्विकाण्डी रज्जुः. अग्रिमं सूत्रमस्ति पुरुषात् प्रमाणे अन्यतरस्याम्. Okay. पुरुषात् प्रमाणे अन्यतरस्याम् इति अग्रिमं सूत्रम्. पुरुषात् प्रमाणे अन्यतरस्याम् इति त्रीणि पदानि सन्ति. सो नीप् इति अनुवर्तते द्विगोः इति तद्धितलुकि इति च. प्रमाणे यः पुरुषः तदन्तात् द्विगोः नीप् वा स्यात् तद्धितलुकि. So there is a नीप् विकल्प which is being told. तद्धितलुकि सति नीप् विकल्पेन भवति द्विगुसमासस्य. तदा पुरुषशब्दः समासस्य अन्ते भवेत्. There should be the word purusha at the end. Pramane yaha purushaha, and that purusha being used as a measure. Purushaha ityasya purushaha ityarthaha, it means a man, kintu pramana vachakatvenapi purusha shabdasya upayogah asti. Okay. So we'll see that in the Vyakhyana that purusha is used as a measure. So yada tasya pramana vachakatvam asti tada vikalpena ni bhavati. Dvau purushau pramanam asyaha. Sa dvipurushi dvipurusha va parikha. So there are two forms. Nipi sati dvipurushi iti bhavati. Nipaha bhave tapi dvipurusha iti. Dvau purushau pramanam ityasti. Dvau purushau iti. Panchahastayamaha purushaha ityuchyate. So purusha when used as a measure, panchahasta ayamaha. So pancharatnih purushaha iti Shilpa Sutra. So purusha is taken as a measure of 5 aratnis. As I already said, aratni is that measure from elbow to the tip of the little finger. So pancharatnih purushaha. So 5 aratnis together will make a measure called purusha. Okay. So now dvau purushau pramanam asyaha. So you are referring to the height of this parikha. Parikha is the moat around forts, water-filled moat which is used for protection, that is parikha. So to indicate the depth of that parikha, they are using a measure called dvau purushau pramanam. So it is deep. How deep? Dvau purushau. So around 10 of that aratnis, which is the depth of that parikha is around 10 aratnis. Okay. So dvau purushau pramanam asyaha ityarte dvipurushi ityapi rupam bhavati. Vipurusha ityapi rupam bhavati. Rupadvayam. So that's it. So panchahastayamaha purushaha ityuchyate. पञ्चारत्तिः पुरुषः इति शुल्बसूत्रात् द्वौ पुरुषौ प्रमाणमस्याः इति विग्रहे तद्धितार्थ इति द्विगुसमासः प्रमाणे द्वेषच् मात्रचः इति विहितस्य मात्रचः प्रमाणे लः दिगोर्नित्यम् इति लुक्. So the same thing, there is तद्धित लुक्. अत्र उक्तरीत्या पुरुषप्रमाणस्य आयामात्मकस्य अपरिमाण इति नित्यम् ईप् निषेधे प्राप्ते विकल्पार्थम् इदं वचनम्. So there is vikalpa being given by this sutra, and therefore there are two forms resulting. Any questions?
Soumyaji?
Yes.
Yeah, I think Gunja is what we call in Tamil Kundumani.
Oh, okay.
Red seed with a black tip.
Right. Exactly. There's a small red seed with the tip will be black. That is
Now I will be divulging my age. I have seen the goldsmiths use this Kundumani for small quantities of gold. They never used to bother weighing them with precise measures. They will use this Kundumani in the balance. And since the farmers used to come and trade the gold for money or something, they will, for small bits of gold, they never bother to weigh it accurately. They will put this Kundumani on one side and they will say, it weighs 6 Kundumani, so I'll give you this much money.
True, it is taken as the standard. Good that it is still in practical use. I mean, my knowledge is all theoretical because I've never seen it. I mean, I've seen that seed, but I've never seen it being used for everything.
That tells you how much how old I am. Another thing is the Agni is also Tamal Moram, which is used by even today. If you go to the temple site for mala,
that
the women will be using that measure, and it was prevalently used for measuring the saris. For example,
saris, true.
Two moram will be 1 yard, which is 3 feet. Makes me wonder whether Panchakni is Purusha, because a man's tallness would be around.
True, that is what it is taken. Because an average height of a man is assumed to be that. I mean, of course, height varies, but on an average, they take it as 5.
That also tells us maybe if it is 5 Agnis, then in those days there were 7.5 people.
But true, I mean, all these are still, at least maybe now, probably they're going out of use. But many of these measures are still found as like this. Mala is very popular even today. That is the standard for flowers, that is the garland or the mala. So, yeah. Okay, I think we'll stop here. येनाक्षरसमाम्नायमधिगम्यमहेश्वरात् व्याकरणं प्रोक्तं तस्मै पाणिनये नमः। मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्तकौमुदीयं रच्यते।